In this video, we're going to talk more about Oasis and their comeback, as it seems to relate to the Temple of Solomon and the La Palma tsunami. Now, it is 33 years since Oasis's first gig. They were part of Cool Britannia with other Freemasons called Blur, and they mimicked the Beatles. Oasis said they were inspired by the Beatles, Noel Gallagher, and it seems that they are a Masonic band, a fake construct. You have their logo, which is a black and white logo. The Oasis seems to relate to palm trees, because in an oasis you have palm trees in the desert, and the palm in the desert was a symbol of life, and it was a symbol of the resurrected phoenix, and palm trees decorated the Temple of Solomon, and there was a palm tree on the Temple Mount. Then we had the Dome of the Rock built there, and it was built inspired by a palm tree, and its name comes from a palm tree. Now it seems that the twin towers, the twin columns in Solomon's temple, were actually palm trees, modelled on palm trees. It seems the Egyptians got the idea of the column from the palm tree. And so this album cover by Oasis is full of Masonic symbolism, and it seems to predict La Palma. And this is why I believe they are back. Now, they were famous for promoting the Blair government, and now they're back with Keir Starmer. And Blair announced the death of Diana. Is Keir Starmer going to announce the death of King Charles? It seems that King Charles might die this month. King Charles, it seems they are about to announce his death. And these events are connected with the death of King Charles and William, who seems to be the Masonic messianic figure, as predicted by Rick Clay. Now, in this album cover, Definitely Maybe, which was their debut album in 1994, we have a palm plant here, and it is reflected in the mirror. If you look at this mirror, it looks like you have an island in the mirror surrounded by sea. The room looks like a boat. We have Liam Gallagher here, and he looks like he's drowned, and they've rescued him and they've put him on the floor. We have Rodney Marsh here, who made a joke about the tsunami being called the tsunami after the Bali earthquake and tsunami on Boxing Day. He made a joke about it on Talk Sport. We had the flamingo. This seems to be connected to homosexuality in Freemasonry, and it could also relate to Florida. So we have the palm tree here. We have the globe. It shows the coast of the Americas, and the Atlantic here is La Palma. And if you look at here, South America actually looks like La Palma, and a bit seems to be disappearing there. And so they are famous for being Man City fans, and Man City was bought by a Middle Eastern sheikh. Of course, the Middle East is associated with palm trees, and it represents, as I've said, the resurrected phoenix. Now, a palm tree has a central column, and at the top it has a part called the spear, William Shakespeare, and you shake the palm to get the dates, which were a nutritional food in the desert, a life-saving food. And so the first man to get the Shakespeare was called William Shakespeare. And as I say, this seems to be about creating a new age. Now, this album cover is a lot like Sgt. Pepper of the Beatles, and of course we have the Paul is dead conspiracy, and Liam looks dead here, looks like he's drowned. We also have here, the light looks like a moon, and we seem to have what looks like a palm decoration on the lampshade. It's similar. Now, this palm here and the mirror is a vanitas symbol about the illusion of life. So how life is a vain illusion. And it is also seems to be connected to MK Ultra. It also seems to be connected to the mirror, seems to be connected to this idea of the other side, that there is an other side to reality, as seen in the film Poltergeist with the TV. It's a kind of portal, a portal of time. And so thanks for your comments. So I hope I've addressed them, some of them there. So thanks for those comments. And yes, the Corona Borealis looks like it's going to happen in September, and obviously that's a nova star in the corona, and you have Champagne Supernova. Now we have an Illuminati game card called Supernova, where it shows a double sun. Could this be connected to the star Betelgeuse? And is that why in that film they say don't mention Beetlejuice? Because they're saying that could possibly go supernova, and it seems to be that in the lyrics and songs of Oasis they seem to be predicting this, some kind of nova explosion. And so we have the Corona Borealis, crown, northern crown, William, king, which will go off in September. Now this cover seems to be connected to Sgt. Pepper. So I had this brilliant comment that there is a palm tree in the Sgt. Pepper album which covers Gandhi. Now everyone in the Sgt. Pepper album is a Freemason, and so the truther version of that album cover, also all of them must be Freemasons. And it's said that in Strawberry Fields there was a hand on the Sgt. Pepper album, the palm, above Paul's head, and it says that this belonged to Stephen Crane, who wrote a book about a shipwreck on a boat, surviving a shipwreck that capsized. And this seems to be what is shown in the Oasis cover. They seem to be on a boat, and Liam seems to have been rescued, and he's also doing the position of the hanged man in the tarot card. So this album cover is very Masonic, and again we have the palm tree, Temple of Solomon. When you see the palm tree, it's a reference to the Temple of Solomon, and I believe it's a reference to La Palma, which they will use to create this new age. And it seems all to be connected to the death of Prince Charles and William. And so here we have the palm above Paul's head, La Palma. Everyone on this cover is a Mason. I've covered this in lots of the characters in my videos, like Edgar Allan Poe. You've got Aleister Crowley, Sonny Liston, T. Lawrence, Lewis Carroll, who's part of the I Pet Goat 2. I Pet Goat 2 is about Alice in Wonderland and Lewis Carroll, which I have shown. And so it's all based on secret societies, the Golden Dawn. And what it's telling you is that everyone in contemporary culture who's made contemporary culture, like Oscar Wilde, Marlon Brando, they have all been Masons. And it's all to create this new age. You have H.G. Wells, this new age, which La Palma seems to be one of the central pillars of it, which will change the world dramatically. So if we go to the top, we will see that there is actually a palm tree here. Again, we have the reference to the Temple of Solomon, La Palma, Saint Michael. Saint Michael appears in the book of Revelation. He slays the lower self. Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. The palm itself has a spear, and you shake a palm to get the dates from the palm, which give you life. It is about the resurrected phoenix, the new age, the birth of the new age. And that's what these events are about. And the truth movement is a controlled opposition movement, buying you into this, steering you through these events, when these events seem to be man-made. But who knows what's behind this man-made construct? It seems to be they believe some kind of higher intelligence. And so if we look at this, I was looking at the menorah, and no one really knows what the menorah stands for. Now, I actually think it's a palm tree, with the 3 here and 3 here, and the central one is the spear, and which is the 33 of Freemason, then the 7, the G, which is Lucifer, which is enlightenment, which is the crown chakra. And on this antique of the menorah, you have the 2 palm trees here, just like the Temple of Solomon, and then you have the crown. So I've been saying, duality, synthesis equals enlightenment equals Lucifer, the use of good and evil for man to become like God. This is what the Masons seem to believe, and there you have the Vanessa symbol of the mirror and time, and it also seems to indicate that there is an other dimension to this reality. So, thanks for your comments on Oasis. There's definitely something Masonic going on, and something connected to the palm tree and the Temple of Solomon and the La Palma collapse. Thank you.